Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of the Theme Hotel series. Last video we got to 4 stars, and now we're trying to get to the final goal of this game, which is 5 stars. So we're starting right back up where we left off. Yep, starting right off from where we left off last time. Just looking around at the hotel in general, expanding out, trying to get more elevators and other amenities for the hotel. So just adding the elevator. In hindsight, I realized that I should have added this at the end so that we can get, a 2 space for our lower or higher floors, and even have the opportunity, to delete the other floors. But yeah, just getting kind of the room requirement there. But with the regular rooms, we'll eventually need some suites and presidential suites, but it's really the only one block thing, so it's the only way to use that space. Might as well use it. And then add in a new presidential suite. It is a very odd number of block spaces, so that sucks, but it's fine. It'll get there eventually. But I do like playing this game. It is just something calming about building your own hotel. But it is nice, just in general, to have that. But 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 yeah, just kind of moving around, adding whatever I can, the new stuff, and just a bunch of rooms. Trying to add the new stuff before I lose too much money, but a little late because I can even do one. I have to take out a few more loans, and then okay, go ahead and get that new one in there, the restaurant. Then I'm gonna get a few waiters as well. Yeah, just a few, like 2 max. 2 or 3. Yeah, I like to think in terms of the cuisine, kind of add one waiter every time you kind of level it up, right? So cafe just 1, right? Then the outdoor cafe 2, and then the restaurant 3. Just the easiest way to do it. And then also I like to try to have as many elevators, shafts as possible, because that's the main complaint that everyone has, especially late game, because it makes it hard for people or for you to get better rating if you don't have enough elevators. And I also try to keep the same one all the way up, and try not to kind of cut it off. Just want to keep it all straight up, so I don't have to delete the whole thing and then buy a new one. You know. But overall, it's not super important. It's fine to delete it because they're not super expensive. Especially just the standard elevators. And I don't know if I've said it yet, but having more standard regular elevators is better than having like 5 or 6, or it's better to have 10 standard elevators than to have 3 or 4 capacious elevators, right? Because they do hold more, but the game likes to see more physical elevator shafts. And then also in terms of the elevator progression, you should use the standard elevators just pretty much almost all the time until right about now, later game. But But then once you get the staff elevator, you only really need one of those because there's very rarely a complaint about like staff getting in the regular elevator. So you really only need one of them. Right. Um, what does suck about the um, like rating, it's annoying to no, sorry. It's annoying to kind of just build up everything, and then as soon as you basically built it all up, you get some kind of complaint, and it basically makes you reset everything. Oh, this is a fatal mistake because it just costs an extra 5,000 for no reason, which sucks. But it's fine. Still have the loans, so. Yep. And I think the first thing to do once you get like a new floor, like you buy a new floor, is 100% to get like a uh, like get the elevator shafts up there first, right? Because people complain about certain like not having certain things or there being up too long of a line with certain things, and uh, the easiest, if you put it down, put it up there, then it's not gonna matter if you don't have the elevator. So it's always best to put the elevator up there first. And then this is a rare case where uh, the elevator shafts are or sorry, not the elevator shafts, the receptionist. In my experience, usually like 2 to 3 receptionists are like way more than enough. But I think that's my third or my fourth one, and I was still getting complaints about like long line at reception. But we'll see. Yeah, and then this is where you should also do like the switch from a normal elevator into like a capacious elevator. You don't have to do it super early, but you just want to do it once you've uh, kind of gotten a decent amount of like normal ones, and then just the one for regular. But and then also between getting like new stuff and making sure you have enough of the new stuff, that is more important than the elevators, because you're always gonna have elevator complaints, but you can actually solve the other ones. I know it sounds stupid, but you do actually get the other ones. Yeah, it does suck, but it will work out in the long run. Um, yeah, that top room there on the right side of that elevator shaft has way too much trash, so I probably should have added some maids here. It's just more focused on the elevator than anything else. But because like even now I have like 10, I'm still getting elevator complaints. So it's pretty much inevitable unless you basically take half the hotel and make it all elevator shafts. Then you might get a few less. But yeah, so my rating right now is 613, which is abysmal. But luckily, there's the green thumbs up, give you 3 positive, or no, 3 points up, and then the red ones, for each one is down. But like the one ups and the one down don't really change it too much. It's more like the twos and the threes. So it's much better if you just have the elevator complaints only giving you like one, maybe two, you know, bad thumbs down or green thumbs up. So just in general, it's better. It's better to try and do that. But yeah, yeah. And I am adding a few mates here just because I saw like a multitude of trash everywhere. Right? See how all these elevator ones are like one or two, so it's not that bad. Yeah, right. Elevators, two green thumbs up. Right, just because it's not three, doesn't mean you have to stress over it. And I'm trying to expand here. And really close. You just need a little bit of time, and this is at like 4 times speed. So if you really wanted to like take this slow, you get through it, you definitely could. But and what does suck is I'm kind of close, as you can tell by the yellow progress bar on the bottom there. As it just reduced since I spent 150,000. So I probably should have just kept within this. Tried to get it through this, but I just wanted to see how big as well I could get it. Um, that worked out pretty well, so that was nice. Then as always, gotta add some elevators, and I'm just starting with the capacious elevators because I have enough money now to where I can just do that. It doesn't really affect me that much. So, but yeah, it's more of like a relaxing game. It's not supposed to be super, high paced, but it is still fun. You do have to be a little patient in terms of like the money gain, but it is quite nice. And then I remember I had one hotel that I had on like an old laptop when I was a kid. This was my first introduction to this, and it was the best, or it was the best one I'd ever made. I think the last time I remembered it, I had like $60 million or something like that. Because what I would do is like whenever we went on trips, or if like I just was like at school or something, I would leave it like open on a desk and just let it run. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like more rooms, the cafe's crowded, elevators just kind of got to deal with. Um, but yeah, definitely need a newer cafe or like um, rooms. I got decent amount, so I don't know what that was about, but definitely need to get more cafes, so I'm gonna add those. And then it's always elevators, but still getting 2 to 3 green thumbs up every time, which is nice. And there's just no way that I'm gonna be able to get the 750 rating if this keeps up, because you need to get a lot of stuff to get the 750. Um, but right, I mean, the rating thing looks small, but it is by far the biggest one out of all of those that are there. So it is rough, but it work eventually. And then still just the elevators, but still pretty positive, which is always good. Because when it starts to go down and you start to get negatives, when you gotta be very, you gotta be really concerned. Um, but in general, this is okay. But I think actually looking in hindsight, I probably should have get rid of right side all those regular rooms and just kind of made another capacious elevator shaft just because just extremely helpful. And now I'm starting to build up here, adding some more of the common utilities, right? The computer lab, and then like the laundry and all this other stuff. Alright, because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capacious elevator shafts, right? And then right, I got those 2 red ones. Now I'm gonna focus on adding the bowling, right? Because it goes crazy if you don't have, it goes down really fast. So you try and get rooms wherever you can. The standard rooms are pretty nice because you can just get whatever you want. It is rare, but people do like ask for specific rooms. It is not, yeah, again, super common. Yeah, here's a ton line of bowling, and then also I have this theory about like uh, they or the ratings, like the thumbs up or thumbs down. The major ones I think get like refreshed when the month changes or like when the week changes, maybe, because I only see really big ones every once in a while. And then, yeah, since I put down the laundromat and the computer labs and the bowling, I put down 2 engineers instead of just the one for the bowling before. If I had just done the bowling and the computer, I would have just the one. But with the addition of the laundromat, kind of jumped over to enough. But it's just, I could have easily got to it with what I have right now. Maybe only done like a few floors up, but I always just like building mine to max height, just because it's nice. And I think next time I play this, I might try and make, right, because the max height is always open, right? There's never any restriction on that. So I was thinking I might try and do like the max height hotel, and then only expand after. Only do like the width, the capacity expanders. Um, Once I have like a ton of money, but just try and especially in the early rounds, I think it'd be helpful to do that, just because you have so much more building space if you do that, and it works pretty well. It's not amazing, but it does work decently well. But overall, it should be fine. But but right, just adding a double of each thing that I currently have, just kind of avoiding um, those comments before they happen. I didn't really need to for most of these, but I did just to fill the space, right? Because I had already had more than enough rooms. Just since I had a lot of small ones. But right, you see, for the cafe, I only did that one waiter. Right, I usually do one per each, and I probably could have kept it kind of low key and not really added a bunch of stuff. But the ratings just goes up so slowly, and they're so volatile that I decided to kind of just rush it. Yeah. Because you can, it looks easy to just get up to 700, 750, but they always kind of teeter on the edge there, and it's really hard to kind of push that over. Because right, if you keep getting constant twos, then you can't really get all the way up there, and then by the time you fix one of the problems and you get close to where the 2 is, you kind of just run out of space or run out of things to purchase, and then once you get enough money or take out loans, I guess, to buy the next thing, then your ratings have gone down from something else. But I have just kind of now hiding the presidential and the regular suites. It's kind of crisscross pattern. Looks okay. Just, you don't really need the stylistic choices. It's just fun. But yeah, so I don't always leave two left, or at least I guess in my space. But in general, it's pretty good. Yeah. So this is gonna be a two-parter. This is the first part of the road to 5 stars, and in the next part, I will talk more about how we're actually gonna get 5 stars.